Chapter 60. The humanoid pig didn't speak, but quietly stared at Heejia and said, "Even if you see through all of this, you still have to rely on a 49 chance to get the black piece." "Exactly." Heejia continued to rummage in the bowl. "When all science fails, I will believe in metaphysics." "So what's your metaphysical theory?" "It's that I have to get out," Heejia said. "I believe I can leave this cursed place 100, so I must find a black piece here." With that, he grabbed 2 pieces from the bowl and held them in his palm. He then raised them in front of the humanoid pig and turned his hand to show him. The humanoid pig's expression instantly changed. The eyes behind the mask trembled, and he could hardly believe what he saw. Both were black pieces. The 2 glossy black pieces lay in Hiex's hand like hollow eyes, quietly watching the humanoid pig, making him feel uneasy. After a moment, seeing that the humanoid pig didn't speak, Hiex's lips curled up again, and he tossed one of the black pieces back, keeping the other. "I'm done choosing." A few seconds later, the humanoid pig finally understood. "You dare to trick me?" He slammed the table and stood up, wanting to erupt immediately. But after thinking carefully, Hanzhong had done nothing wrong. He had simply raised the pieces in front of him. The humanoid pig had miscalculated. When Kishore raised the 2 black pieces in front of him, he should have said something, even a taunt or a joke, or urged Kishore to hurry up and make his choice. But he had erred by saying nothing. In fact, under such circumstances, only the scenario where both pieces were black was enough to render someone speechless. He thought Kishore had left everything to luck, but he didn't realize that Kishore was still engaging in psychological warfare at the last moment. The humanoid pig was still puzzled as to why the man before him had taken out 2 black pieces at once. Was his luck that strong? Now, thinking back, the other party had no idea what color the pieces he drew were. He was observing his reaction. He would act based on Hiex's reaction or word. The humanoid pig seemed completely defeated, slowly sitting back down, saying, "I have to admit, not only are you meticulous, but your luck is also terrifyingly strong." Heejia placed the pieces on the table and removed his eye mask. "Thank you." Old Liu jumped up, releasing all the joy he had suppressed for half a day. "You're truly a genius." He excitedly hugged Heejia. "All the grudges between us are wiped clean." Kaizha shook his head helplessly. "Should I thank you then?" Lin Jing was also happy for the two, even though they didn't gain any Dao this time. Winning was enough to bring joy. The humanoid pig, looking unwilling, walked to the side and took out 10 Dao from a box, handing them to Old Liu. Old Liu beamed with joy, pocketing the Dao, then turned back to Keisha. "Kid, it's not that I don't want to give you any, but this time I paid for the ticket, so please understand." Keisha didn't mind, nodded, and stood up. "The Dao doesn't matter. I need to know the whereabouts of those 2 people now." "Oh," Old Liu said, "although I'm stingy, I'm absolutely clear about debts and grievances. Come with me. I saw those 2 outside a game room this morning." "Great." Heejia and Lin Jing nodded and stood up to head out. "Hey," the humanoid pig called out. The 3 turned back in confusion. "What's wrong?" "What's your name?" the humanoid pig asked, staring at Heejia. "Heejia, Heejia," the humanoid pig repeated, then slowly sat down at the table, seemingly deep in thought. After a long pause, the humanoid pig still didn't speak, leaving everyone a bit perplexed. Did he win too much all at once and go crazy? Old Liu whispered. "I doubt he could earn 10 Dao in a day." "Crazy?" Lin Jing rolled her eyes. "Aren't they all crazy to begin with?" Just when everyone was packing up to leave, the humanoid pig finally spoke. "Kaizhou." Hearing the humanoid pig call his name, Tizhou turned back, a bit impatient. "What is it?" "I want to bet with you again. This time I'm betting my life," the humanoid pig said calmly. The 3 stood frozen for a moment, as if no one could comprehend the humanoid pig's meaning. "What?" Old Lu reacted, stepping back a big distance. Are you out of your mind, you pig? Lin Jing quickly grabbed Xia's arm. Let's ignore him. Tijan frowned. I refuse. Refuse? The humanoid pig crossed his arms. You want to refuse? Exactly. Tijan nodded. I can't bet my life when the odds are only 50. It doesn't make any sense to me. Old Lu turned his head, looking at Tijan suspiciously. Kid, what nonsense are you talking about? What's wrong? Tijan turned to him. Do you think I should bet my life? This isn't about what you should or shouldn't do. Old Lu was anxious, stamping his foot. In this cursed place, as long as one party proposes a bet on life, the other must accept. Tijan paused, as if he understood something. When he proposed a life bet with Ren Shu, although she was very unwilling, she ultimately accepted. Now that he thought about it, that was a very strange decision. Her game was very simple. If the other party really chose to bet their life, there was a high chance they had found a way to break it under such unfavorable conditions for herself. Right? But she hadn't. So, it turned out that in this place, as long as one proposed a bet on life, a death contract would be forcibly signed. If this rule were broken, a judge like Shukyu would descend from the heavens to punish those who violated the rule. Kai's face turned icy cold. Shukyu would love to kill him. If he chose to flee now, the consequences would be unthinkable. Even more despairing was that all the tactics Guizhou had just used would fail upon a second attempt, significantly increasing the odds of failure. Don't be afraid. The humanoid pig seemed to see through Xia's thoughts and said, I'm not that unreasonable of a pig. Let's play a more interesting game this time. He pulled out 2 pairs of glasses from a near-by box and placed them on the table. These are good things I borrowed from Brother Yang. Everyone focused on the glasses, which looked no different from ordinary ones, except there was a small device at the bridge of the nose. Its purpose was unknown. Gentlemen, I need your help with something, the humanoid pig said with a silly smile. Help? Old Lu immediately pouted. Help you? Not a chance. If you don't agree, I will announce that I'm betting my life against all of you, the humanoid pig said in an eerie tone.